This is the experimental setup for measuring the band gap of a semiconductor using the 4-probe method. It consists of the main setup. It has got two digital meters. One is a millivolt meter, another is a milliamp meter. These are the terminals for voltage and these are the terminals for current. This is the current control knob with which you can set the current. This is the switch for switching on the oven, and this is the high-low switch for heating the oven faster or slower. And this is the terminal for connecting the oven. This is the oven, and inside this, as you can see, these are the 4 probes. This is the screw with which you can adjust the probe. See here, zoom it. These are the 4 probes. Yeah. And this is the manual which has the detailed procedure, theory and the formulas and everything that you need to perform the experiment. And one thermometer of 250 degrees centigrade is given. And here's the germanium sample. So this is the oven which we will connect to the main unit. Here, these are the voltage terminals. Here it's already written voltage. This is the green and the yellow wire which is for the voltage. We'll just connect it. And these are for the current, where it's already written here, current terminals, the red and the black wires. So we'll connect it with the corresponding terminals, right? And here we have the germanium sample, which we will place inside. This is the sample which we will place over here. And make sure that all the 4 probes are touching the sample. Loosen the screw. Put it here, just press it a little bit so that all the 4 pins for all the 4 probes are touching the sample, and tighten the screw. So our sample is set. We will just put it inside, and we will also put in the thermometer. Here we have a hole for putting in the thermometer. You just put it over here. And now we will switch on the oven. Here the temperature, it's showing around 28 degree. We'll just wait for a bit so that it rises to around 40 degrees centigrade, because we'll start taking the readings from 40 degrees centigrade, and we will also set the current. Now we'll set the current with this current control knob. You can set it at let's say 4 milliampere or 5 milliampere or 6 milliampere. We'll set it at 6. Yeah. Now we'll this oven was already switched on, so we'll again switch on the oven. It is showing 180 millivolt. This is at the low position. You can change it to high, and from here we can see the temperature. The temperature right now is around 70 degree, and as the temperature rises, the millivolt starts to decrease. Take the value of the rising temperature for every 5 degree or 10 degrees centigrade rise, and note the corresponding value as shown in the millivolt meter. The current will remain constant at 6. Let us just have a look at the manual. Here all the details have been given with the aim, the apparatus, the theory, the working formula for the 4-probe method. And this is the schematic of the 4 probes inside the oven and its connection. Here we have the connection diagram. It's given in details where to connect the green and the yellow terminals, the black and the red terminals for the current, green and yellow for voltage, etc. Everything has been given in details. The procedure has been mentioned. And we have an observation table. Here the current is 5 milliampere. The distance between the probes, the thickness of the crystal, etc. are all given. This observation table is for reference purpose only. The values will differ from kit to kit. The graph has been plotted between log rho and 1 by t. 2 more observation tables are given for 6 milliampere current and 8 milliampere current also. And from the graphs, the calculation has been done, the details of which are all given here. And finally, from the graph, the energy band gap has been found out for the germanium crystal. The temperature has already increased to 110 degree as shown in the thermometer, and the voltage is decreasing. Take the readings for up to 150 degrees centigrade and plot the corresponding curve. The temperature has reached almost 150 degrees centigrade, and the millivoltage here as shown in the meter is 47 millivolt for 6 milliampere constant current. By taking these readings and as shown in the manual, you can plot the graph, and from the slope of the graph you can find out the energy band gap of the germanium crystal. Make sure that you do not touch this oven because it's very hot, and after performing the experiment, make this current control knob to 0 position, switch off this oven and switch off the kit. Then with a cloth or insulating material, you just pick this up and let it cool. And after it has cooled down, take out the germanium crystal by loosening the screw and keep it inside. And also one more thing is that when you are doing the 4-probe experiment and you were taking the germanium crystal and putting it beneath the 4 probes, do not put too much pressure on it because the crystal is very brittle. It will break. Just put enough pressure so that all the 4 probes are touching the crystal. Thank you.